Hey, good morning. Rise and grind. We're just getting started over here. Quite literally. I got an extra step in the setup now, right? It's important. It's important for, all egg hunt generations. I started the timer like 2 seconds early. I'll make up for it. I'll end it 2 seconds early when I'm camping too. You know me, I like to keep egg hunt honest. He's an honest egg. He's a sturdy egg. He's a good egg. And he's a level 15 and a half egg. That's a lot of types of egg. Decided to come wait for the boat. I was waiting for the boat last night, and call me paranoid, but when a whole bunch of people that are level 15 strutting their stuff, like me and this other player right here, right? We're strutting our stuff. You could tell. You could see where we're at. I saw a whole bunch of players, level 15. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. They're on the other side of the world, though. Luckily, they're in Kunark. They're in Kern's Tower. That's interesting, though. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of them. And then they all went anonymous. And I'm like, uh-oh. Probably means not. There's probably nothing. Nothing to worry about. But then, I check who, and they're all in Butcher Block. So, not only did they go anonymous, they came here. So, I mean, call me paranoid, but for some reason, I feel like that means trouble for this egg. That's what happened. That's what happened last night. I camped. I bravely retreated to the camp and just played a little bit of the enchanter. I wasn't like done with the stream. I'd only just begun. We're just getting started here, and last night was no different. We were just getting started here. Quite literally, I ran from Crushbone to the dock, and by the time I got to the dock, it was time to camp. It's all right. It's all right. Sometimes the egg hunt journey is more fulfilling than the destination. Especially when you don't really have a destination yet, other than just level 60. Let's do it. I would love to. I'd love to hit 60 in this hardcore. All right, what is this boat? That's the one that goes to Kunark. That's the shuttle to take you to the other thing. Um, uh, I'm good on that. I'm gonna stay on this continent, or not this. I'm not gonna stay on this continent. I'm gonna stay on this expansion, I should say. Club Sink glares at me threateningly. Who the hell are you? Is that him down there? No. Targeted a glub sink. Can't seem to do it again. Huh. Who's glub sink? Why is he threatening? Justin Beard, what's going on? Just getting started over here. It's so early right now, and I was up pretty late. I was just telling the story. I was trying to I wanted to get on the boat last night so that today we just start the adventure off. But whatever. Whatever. Sometimes the best laid plans don't happen the best way or the best laid or whatever. You know what I mean? Who where's Glubsink and what the heck is he? He's threatening. You threatening me? Glubsink? I don't even know how I targeted him. Shaman's green. I don't want to mess with him. Anyways, I don't know how long it takes for a boat to get here. So we're just gonna have to patiently, calmly, and coolly wait for this. Hey, functional parrot, what's going on? I'm a little nervous of this water. There's goblins in there. I do want to get swimming skill though. Wow. You know it's good deep water when you're getting hurt. Jump off the dock and break your ankle. Seeing what I see now. Oh, I'm not getting too brave. Really not. Okay, so you got one. Just trying to entertain myself while we wait for the boat. Swimming skill up. That would sure be. Ah, there's one. That's entertaining. Swimming too. That's entertaining for sure. Take it. Can we get 3 before the boat comes? So I saw somebody doing this. It must have been 2 days ago, and I did record it, and I will upload it because I think it was relatable. I just need to find the right like sad song. I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm waiting for the boat on one of my shadow nights or something. I don't remember specifically. And I see somebody had been swimming around in the water. The boat comes and they're swimming, and they see the boat, so they get on the dock and they're running, and the boat starts leaving, and they jump, and they don't catch the boat. But it was pretty epic. I felt bad because that's a long wait. I didn't know that they were swimming. Honestly, when I had been looking for them, I got them on target at some point near around here, so I was like, okay, they're in here. I stopped caring once I saw they were green out of range. I was like, okay, whatever. They could be killing something, they could be swimming, they could be doing whatever they want to do, and I'm gonna stay out of it. Not in my level range. So they happen to be swimming, it would appear, or at least when I was waiting for the boat. Seems like that, or they were just hiding in the water, or maybe they were fighting. I probably would have seen the combat text if they were fighting a goblin right under me. But like I said, I wasn't real concerned at that point. But it does make for a funny video, as long as it's in frame, right? You know, I like the cinematic vision, the vertical video feed. It's got to be just right. Anyway, swimming's up to 4. Still waiting on this little boat. I mean, it's a big boat. It's a ship, really. We always, yeah, people always called it the boat, but imagine the captain got out and started slapping people around for that. Anyways, I got my coffee. I made it strong. I needed to. I really, really needed to. Because I'm tired. I think I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like my EQ schedule, I don't know how sustainable it is on TikTok. I've been trying to do it like twice a day if I can. Obviously not today because we're here right now. But I've been doing a little like a rise and grind session over there, and then I've been doing a before bed session over there. And it's like, I don't know how sustainably I can do an early morning and a late night, right? So far so good, but I'm getting tired. I need some coffee in me. I need the weekend to hit so I can sleep in a little bit on Saturday or something. Run that monkey. What's going on? I just love this game so much I can't stay away. And those are the 2 times that I'm potentially available. And you know, one thing leads to another, and then next thing you're saying stuff like, okay, I'm going to bed after this pop. Unless it's a frenzy, right? That's, I don't make the rules, but that's the rule. You can't go to bed if you popped a frenzy. Come on. That's a bedtime extender right there. And then I figured out how to make clips on TikTok, right? From the live. Like, I didn't know that the video was so easily findable and usable. It's like, oh shit, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new era. So I'm definitely not stopping now. Around, today's going to be day 107 of posting EQ PvP every day. It's going great. Some people thought I was going to stop. I don't know when they thought I was going to stop. Like maybe 100? Obviously not. Here we are. Not stopping. I want some nice fresh stuff. Honestly, I've been mixing in. Ooh, what's this? I've been mixing in. Been mixing in the classic red99. That's what I call it. You're playing every second, Justin Beard. Yeah, it could get out of hand, perhaps. Got to keep an eye on it. A hunting bow. 5 damage, 43 delay versus 8 damage, 51 delay. Okay. The one's like a plink, 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 and the other one's more of a plonk. You know what I mean? Plonk every now and then. Or plink, plink 'em. It's not a huge difference. They're both pretty slow compared to, you know, some of the machine gun bows available. Boonark and whatnot. Justin Beard, hey, that's a good way to, you know, get your fix and still fix your stuff. I will always try to provide that window into Norath. You can come peek inside, you know. If it's steamy, you gotta like wipe a little like so you can, and then what's going on in there? Oh, Chewy's PvP and I don't know. We'll see what happens today though. Like I said last night, I camped out. I hit the camp as quick as I could because I checked /who as I do, and there was 5 of them. All of a sudden, bop, like they poured it in. And you know as well as I do, the Druid port is not very far from the dock. I think they were on a mission, right? And I say that because I saw a bunch of them were same level as me in Kern's Tower. I don't remember their names, honestly. I really don't. And then all of a sudden, anonymous. And it's like, really makes you think. And then all of a sudden, in Butcher Block Mountains. That's as an egg with a little bit of self preservation. That's my cue. That's my cue. I don't think I can handle. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to run away from every fight. Just you know, most of them obviously. EQ is a game of preparation, and I don't think Egghunt, he should know better than Ninth, is quite prepared for that encounter. You know what I mean? It's the implication, right? They got here from a druid, right? A druid ported them, so that means they got a high enough level druid to port, which means they're high enough to heal, they're high enough to damage shield, they're high enough to spirit a wolf, they're high enough to harmony guards, they're high enough to potentially pull guards away. Like there's a lot of things that druid can do completely untouched because as a level 15, I would not be in that druid's range, right? I'd be safe from the druid and the druid would be safe for me. And yeah, it would just leave the other 4 able to have their way with this little egg and make an eggy mess all over the dock. I didn't see that as the kind of content I was trying to make last night. You know what I mean? So that was that. Got on the Enchanter, had a grand old time in Lower Guck as usual. Yonder Wily Egghunt in the chat, love it. I was thinking about loading that same one upside down so you can make like your Egghunt roll. You know what I mean? Right side up, upside down, right side up. Like, you know, he's rolling along. I do have an emote slot available potentially. I think I gotta check. Hey, good to see you. We're just gonna start over here. Anyway, I'm staying vigilant. I'm staying, let's just call it paranoid, for lack of a better word. I'll stay paranoid. I'll stay vigilant. And I'll stay, waiting for this boat for now. I got plans. I want to get me a dervish ring or something like that. You know what I mean? I want to get to the promised land of Antonica. I heard the streets are paved in gold over there. You can get Dragoon Dirk, you can get Derv Ring, you know, all sorts of huge, powerful pixels. Plus, this island's getting a little hot. You know what I mean? Summer's coming. It's just been a little small for the amount of, you know, red99, it's a very crowded server sometimes. The walls are made of cotton candy. Yes. I like that. Run the monkey. What's your favorite colored cotton candy? What's your favorite flavor, right? They say they're different flavors, but I feel like there's blue sugar and pink sugar. Those are the two flavors. For me, I like the pink sugar. That's how to use his astroturf. You get there, like, he's still alive. Cotton candy's pretty good. I'm a fan of circus peanuts too. I know that's a kind of divisive thing to say. I know it's one of those things I'm just freely offering that information. Nobody's forcing me to. Yes, I like those. Like circus peanuts. I don't know what they're made of. I don't know what failed experiment that was. What industrial byproduct they decided to press into large flattened peanut shaped molds, but I really like them. Always have. There's that one brand. I wish I could think of the actual brand name, but they're like so much superior to all other peanuts. You have your own cotton candy machine? Ooh, blue raspberry, nice. So, am I totally wrong then? Am I been getting the wrong cotton candy? If you do it yourself, if you really put a little love and care, you can taste the colors. Would you say? Does it actually make a difference? Because now I'm intrigued. Raspberry. Cotton candy machine's so cool. I used to be like hypnotized watching cotton candy get made anytime I had the opportunity to see it. Oh shit, I'm all out of jumping juice. Mega bonked myself into a predicament. Sit down. I might need that one jump to get from the end of the dock onto the boat. It starts pulling off. Like, I'm gonna upload the clip. I got it sitting. It's in the vault, right? It's like on the edge of the vault, like about to fall in if I don't use it soon. From a couple days ago. It's not PvP though, so it would just be like a little bonus clip. But it's funny to me. Different flavors nowadays. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Hey, have you ever? I mean, as somebody who has their own cotton candy machine, probably not. You probably have not done this, but have you seen? Uh, I've seen them at like malls and stuff. They got like a robot machine that you can, choose on the menu what kind of design, what like flower you would like your cotton candy in, and then buy a cotton candy from a machine right there and makes it in front of you. I saw somebody using it. It looked a little. I wanted to see how big it was in their hands because on the picture, there's no banana for scale for any of the different designs. It was a little small for the price, but it's the novelty of it, right? Watching a robot make a multicolored flower. You know what I mean? It makes it like kind of like a cone shaped, and then it like kind of like you saw one at the airport. It was dirty and nasty. Yeah, the one I saw was shiny and new, so it was pretty cool and potentially attractive for use. But yeah, that would definitely keep me away too. dirty, dirty robots. It's funny. Nobody taking care of it in months. It's set it and forget it. That's a turnkey operation, all right? You just, send some guy to with a funnel and a big sack of sugar every now and then. Load it from the top. No, I don't know. That's crazy. Reflex. I seen when I was at, so many of my stories come back to like during like pandemic times when I had an essential job, a very essential job, which meant I was like locked in there. We all were. They would not let us out for any sort of breaks. You could not go leave for your lunch, come back. You're too essential for that. Don't worry, there's a vending machine. And this vending machine was expensive. But what choice did we have? It's like the only you could bring your own stuff, and I would try to. But still, like, you know what I mean? You're stuck there. Sometimes your shift gets lengthened if your replacement doesn't come in time. Intercontinental egg, soon to be intercontinental hopes at least. So we're stuck in there. Everybody's buying at the very least their drinks out of this vending machine. The guy was filling this thing like twice a shift. There were 2 shifts. You know what I mean? He was like complaining about how tired he was. He had to keep coming back to refill it. It's like, shut up. You got us all hostage. You're making so much money off us. It's only one time he screwed up. He put like the I think it was Red Bulls. It was the big can of Red Bull. He put it like where a soda was supposed to be, and he put the soda where the Red Bull was supposed to be. So the soda was really expensive, but the Red Bull was cheaper than the gas station. So got him on that one. Got him on that one. I don't even like Red Bull, but I'm still drinking energy drinks back then. Not allowed to leave during lunch break. I know Reflex. It was they really knew what they had during lockdown. They really like said it without saying it, and what they were trying to say was like, who's gonna enforce it? Who's gonna enforce any sort of labor laws? Who's gonna tell us no? Like they literally gave me less money than I was promised because I got hired right before the lockdown. My, you know what I mean, at my orientation and stuff, I shook hands with people, and then no, it wasn't my orientation. It was my final interview. I'm shaking hands. At my orientation, we got the masks and we're 6 feet apart. You know what I mean? It was like right on the cusp of it. So it was like everything went real bad, real fast. I was hired as full time. That's what I shook hands on, and then they just gave me temp, aka no benefits, nothing. Because they knew what else was I gonna do. Nobody was hiring anymore. It was either you had your essential job or you're sitting at home. And in hindsight, uh, it seems like everybody who sat at home had a. I don't want to say had a good time. I'm not trying to make light of what was a pretty, you know, uh, it was a shared trauma or whatever. You know what I mean? But as an essential worker who was not ever sitting at home, who was doing way too much every day, it was not fun. And yeah, for not even the low pay that I signed up for, it was fucking crazy. Whatever. I'm not getting into it. I say that every time, and I still get into it all the time. You had to say 10 feet away. Oh yeah, we had two. It's just too crowded around here to get 10 feet. You're lucky to get 6. But I'm still like that. Yeah, reflex. Right, exactly. Like I shouldn't like say, "Oh, I wish I didn't do this or didn't do that." Like I was lucky to have a job. I know some people that were in a much different boat. Um, but it was just like, ugh. they the guy that was running stuff at that mill was a real jerk, you know? And he was like hiding from me too. Anytime he was in the building, he was like on the move, and I seen him even dip underneath a freaking like really dangerous spot to dip under. It was like a whole machine with moving parts that can pinch you or nip you or crush you or lift you up into them and stuff. And he would just You know, to get away from me, he disregarded every freaking safety protocol with that machine while it was running. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a run that monkey. It's kind of unfair, right? It's kind of unfair what they did to essential workers. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, right. Reflex. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that would have been cool. I was too essential for that. They couldn't do it without me. But yeah, it was ridiculous what they were trying to make us do, um, shift wise. And like I said, I ended up quitting cigarettes. That was a real silver lining of the whole thing. I haven't smoked a cigarette in years now. Splendogenesis was essential too. Yeah, horrible. They really screwed us. You know what I mean? They really did. I still got my blockade runner certificate. Um, I gotta go find it. It looks so bad. Like they used like the shittiest printer and the ink's all smeared and then they laminated it. And they're like, just show this to any like blockade you. I never hit a single blockade. I don't know. It just I thought that I think we all pictured like some sort of like real like lockdown where they were gonna be like checking your shit to make sure that you had a reason to be out or whatever. Maybe that did happen, but I never got stopped once. It was fucking Mad Max out there, especially those first like couple months when all the fireworks were going off nonstop and stuff. Remember this? Did this happen anywhere else, or was just a Hartford thing? Fireworks were going off 24/7 for a long time, like so long. It's like where did all these fireworks come from? They must have restocked fireworks at some point. There's a factory still. That must be essential. They're still making fireworks because there's no way. Uh, anyways, it was crazy. I know, right? F skin hero. We got screwed. Essential workers. We gotta rise up and say like, what's going on with that? I heard a lot of promises of you know, appreciation. Whatever. Whatever. You quit cigs and alcohol during COVID reflex? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've been sober, haven't drank alcohol in a long time. I feel like it's been probably getting close to a decade. Believe it or not, even for somebody who used to be the mess I was in the earlier days of Red, you know. Um. Anyway, I quit cigs, and I couldn't be happier. They were never good. I never really enjoyed them. I mean, I did, but like, I never should have. It was something I got like tricked into, and then I just had to buy them for the next fucking decade or whatever. Maybe even more than that. Damn, almost two. What a waste of money. And they went up and up and up. And I'd always say stuff like, "Oh, if they hit X price, I'm gonna quit. If they hit X price, I'm gonna quit." And I never. It was never the price that made me quit. It was literally not being allowed outside during a 12 plus hour shift. Because my replacement would always be late because there was just two of us. Listen to this shit. How are you gonna have just two forklift operators for like a 24/7 essential uh like thing? Like it's crazy. There was one, and then there's the other, and I was one of them, and it was just we would have to trade off, and the machines would be like overheating because they never got shut. It was fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like they really were pushing it to the limit. They could not. They couldn't do anymore. Anyway, the other guy started like fucking rebelling or whatever, and I was the only one paying the price for it because I couldn't leave until he showed up. Um, and I already been there 12 hours. So anyway, it was a long day like that. He showed up like 2 hours late, you know, to try to like prove a point to management or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. So I had to stay. And so yeah, I was gonna smoke a cigarette after finally, and I was just like, fuck this shit. I never did again. That was it. I didn't even like finish the pack I was smoking. I don't know. I probably threw it away. at some point. Hopefully. Otherwise, I got like stale freaking tobacco in a box somewhere ready to spill out, make a mess. But anyway, I can't even imagine how expensive they must be now. They were expensive then, and that was like years ago. Anyways, if you're trying to quit, I wish you luck. Anybody out there, you can do it. Um, you worked at a Honda plant. You were doing 12-hour shifts 7 days a week. Worked 8 months straight without a day off. Wow, that's crazy. F Skin Hero, I remember that. That is really uh that was quite the moment. I remember I probably should have quit then too. Because they did make them taste terrible. But then we got used to it. Everybody who kept smoking just got used to it. Um the fire safe say, well, how many times do you think there would have been fires if it wasn't for the fire safe cigarettes in the years after their invention? They probably prevented so many fires. You're smoking a cigarette now, Yonder Wiley? Yeah, I'm never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna do it again. I'm so over it. They don't do enough for me. They're just I don't know. There was a funny period towards the end of my cigarette smoking when the price kept going up. They finally passed $10 a pack, right? That had been one of those numbers where if they ever, I remember if they ever hit $5, I'm quitting. I know some people who had been saying if they ever hit $2, they were quitting. Hey Biz, I agree with you. That's fine. You know, that does enough for me to make up for everything else. Cigarettes don't. They don't do anything. Um, anyways, where am I going with this? Okay, right. So they finally passed $10 a pack, which meant they were more than 50 cents a cigarette now. 20 in a pack, $10 divided by 20. You know what I mean? 50 cents. So they were finally like they passed that point. But at the stores in the neighborhood, you know, if they didn't think you were like a cop or whatever, which meant like I would not every store, but there was stores that would sell loose cigarettes. You know what I mean? They're not allowed to, but they you could get one. Um anyway, they were 50 cents each like forever. Back when they were $5 a pack, they were 50 cents each. They didn't raise their price as the packs kept getting more because they were probably like from some stale batch or something fell off a truck, whatever it was. Like they were making their money and they kept the price the same, I guess. Anyway, I went and I tried to buy a pack and give the guy $10, and he's like, no, it's 11.27 now or whatever. And it's like, okay, can I get 20 Lucy's? So he opens up the pack and counts out 20 of them, and then opens an empty pack and puts them in, and gives it to me for $10. And it's like, thank you. It was really funny, and I would do that. That was like I was still paying $10 till the day I stopped smoking. But the only problem was they had been, fondled by a guy that knew how to count to 20. He could definitely do that, but the extent of his math was not. Anyways, um, I did actually get into some beef with that guy over cigarettes. He like robbed me of $1, and that was it. I'm like I'm not cool with that. If a place of business makes a mistake, that's fine. And I'm gonna be like, um, well, in Genesis, you quit vaping? Hell yeah, grats. 10 days, that's definitely you're over the hump for sure. I'd say the first day. If you could make it past the first day, you're good. That was the day. You know what I mean? The first 24 hours, that's a long time to make it. Or something like that. So, proud of you. You're gonna save so much money. Um, That's probably about what it is here too, Reflex. I'd have to guess. Maybe even more now. But where was I going with this? Where's I going with this? Oh yeah. Anyway, he like robbed me of $1. I was trying to buy like 4 cigarettes or something. Give him $2. He gives me 2 cigarettes. I'm like, huh? I gave you $2. He said, no, you gave me $1. And I know, and he like it was like smirking, like he knew he robbed me. You know what I mean? And anyway, I never went back to him. Fuck that guy. Probably helped me quit, honestly. If a police makes a mistake, that's fine. But if you're intentionally robbing me, there's a local gas station that I'll never go back to, and it's over like 12 cents or something. Like even more years ago than that. It was probably like closer to 20 years ago. I'm still that crutch. That 12 cents got interest now. You know what I mean? Come on. Yeah, I don't miss them. I really don't miss cigarettes. Like I know some people talk about they talk about like people that quit sometimes will start reminiscing and stuff like that, or they'll smell somebody else smoking one and be like, oh man, I wish I'd still, you know what I mean? Like not for me. I don't know. Now it's like it does nothing for me. I smell the smell and I'm like, yeah, I hope my clothes don't smell like this. I got to get out of here. But smell some nice like skunky weed smoke. Then I'm like, all right, where's that coming from? Um, yeah, reflex. It's expensive and it's just. Anyways, I'm still traveling on this boat. I think I'm gonna refill the coffee. This is where Yonder Wiley wanted me to level, right? This Sister Isle or what? I don't know what isle this is. Anyway, I'm gonna keep pushing on. I'm trying to get. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. You don't want me to ruin my faction? Bad idea. Are you setting me up? All right, I'm refilling the coffee. This should be fine. There's no pirates out here, right? That are gonna board the ship before we get there. Really hope. Oh, that's not Sister Isle. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got the mug. Loading. Here we go. The very first. Well, once I step foot on land, I haven't. I'm still in the ocean, I guess, but the very first egg to touch the shores of Antonica. Egg hunt. He should know better. The ninth is sure ready for a grand adventure. I hope you are too. It's Thursday morning between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. That can only mean one thing, right? Rise and grind. We're just getting started. If it's Monday, I would say I love Mondays, but it's Thursday, so I'm going to say it's traditional, right? International Egg of Mystery. Yes. Finally, we got a good title. Let's go. International Egg of Mystery. I'm gonna jot that down. What do you think of the egg timer? That's a good addition to the stream, I think. All right. That's a good one. All right, we here? All right. Don't screw this up, Egg Hunt. You can do it. You can do it. All right. We made it. Finally. Let's let's get out of Freeport. There's nothing in here for me right now, I don't think. Nothing I need, nothing I want, except to get out. Alright. Actually, maybe I would buy pickle from the pickle man. Where's the pickle man? Where's Boomba? Wrong gate? Am I at the wrong gate for Boomba? That's one thing I'd potentially get into. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could get there. I could go around, or I could go through. Is it worth my time? Is this ping fizzle cutter over here, or no? Big bad centurion. Whichever gate isn't south. Yeah. This is the one that connects to North Row. So if I go through the tunnel, I can connect to Boomba's gate. That might be faster for me than trying to, you know, traverse. Freeport. I've never really been a big Freeport guy. I'm not even gonna lie. I like this area right here for cracked staff farming. That's always fun. Alright, apprehensive. Ooh. Wow. Wow. 2 backpacks. Imagine that. Imagine that when you're like level 1, stepping out, looting a backpack, killing another thing, looting another backpack. Could you? Like, that's why I like cracked staff farming out here. It's just like, this is the way Butcher Block used to be. Decaying skeletons as far as the eye could see. It's not like that anymore in Butcher Block. They massacred it. But compared to what they did to Steam Font, it's fine. Fine. I'll lose a couple skeletons versus losing all the kobold camps. Like, what the man? But I guess they got evidence. They got evidence that they weren't there. Convenient. Like, it's not just right. What's the saying? Absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. Well, they got evidence of absence, I guess, right? Screenshots that show the spot with no tents. So it's like they removed the tents. They removed the, that used to be the spot. If you were trying to get your friend hooked up or your power level and somebody, whatever, and they're level 1, you were porting them to Steam Font, right? And then by the time, like, they get to those kobold camps and they got enough offensive skill or whatever to, like, maybe deal a damage to stuff. Oh, you hit them with the damage shield and you let them go crazy, and you're riding that out until it's time to go to unrest or something. Like, it was, Maybe not riding that spot out, but you know what I mean? Like, that was the spot to get you through the level 2 through whatever you feel like leaving that spot at. 6 or something, I don't know. It'd be quick. It'd be really quick. Now, I don't know. Is that why they got rid of it? They didn't want a pollutal caverns type situation. I don't know. I say pollutal caverns type situation as in, you know, a spot that it's either you're at the spot or you're dumb, you know. Careful the elemental on the left exiting the tunnel. Okay. Thank you for notifying me of that. All my homies hate elementals. Making a special trip just for Boomba. That's the kind of stuff you can count on. It's like the back rooms, you know what I mean? Like a liminal space. There's something familiar about it, but it's a little unsettling, right? I'm used to it, but I can see that. I can see that perspective. Meet you at Torch 1. I've actually gotten into some good PvP in the tunnel. It's like a bottleneck. It might not be the spot for trades, but it is like a very tactical location, really. You can hold the tunnel, that's half of the land paths from one part of this continent to the other. Well, maybe not half, but at least on the East Coast, you control like half the East Coast travel if you control the tunnel. I remember battling straight out of Agok over there. That was usually where we'd scuffle a lot. Besides the swamp, besides, you know, the Thurot. They were like an ogre guild in the early days of Red. I think they're from before that. I think they played on other servers too. But I know them from the early days of Red. And it was so fun to have, like, you know, guild tags pop up that you like, you know, you're gonna fight. You know, you two are not gonna get along. You're immediately gonna scrap. Love that. Like, can't really have a PvP server without PvPers, so I'm always thankful. Step. Damn, that's a lot of money. High quality wolf skin, huh? Oh, I wish. I wish. That's out of, that's not self-found to me. I didn't even buy bronze. I saw some small bronze on the vendor at the dock, and it was affordable. I could have bought like a bracer and maybe some other stuff, but I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it simple. Where if somebody says, you see something, you say something, right? Like if the vendor sells it, I'll buy it. That's the game. That's the egg hunt. Alright, I wanted to buy Pixie Pickles. 1 platinum each. Bury the pickles. Keep them secret. Keep them safe. I'm gonna put them in the same bag. Okay. Now we're talking. in a pinch, I'm gonna put these as my top food, so I get the one save magic, right? This is the kind of sweating that you have to do as a warrior. As a solo, hardcore, self-found warrior, there's not much you can do to save yourself in certain situations, right? And I want to be able to say I'm doing all I can. I really want to be able to say there was nothing more I could have done. I tried everything. I put my pixie pickles first slot. I put my shield on, you know what I mean? Like I tried to resist that root. I really did. I tried to pumice it, but I have 0 channeling, so it was hopeless. No, we're good. On the road again. Let's go. The whole new world. I gotta be careful in the desert. Definitely. Right? How many times? Really once. I was gonna say, how many times did I die doing that cross country run that I attempted? Right, from Kanos to Freeport. I ran for like 40 something minutes on that level 1. Where did I die? The desert. What killed me? I mean, I was level 1. It was a crypt skeleton. It like one rounded me. But my point is, the desert's got danger lurking at every dune. And I was ironically talking about how careful I was being because, you know. And I think this is irony too. I said that basically I was done. I like succeeded. I was celebrating a little early. Because early in the run I'd said something, if I can make it to the desert, then, you know, I'm good. I made that run 1,000,000 times on level 1s. And it's true. But you could also get one-rounded by a mummy that I claimed came out of nowhere, but then upon further review, it was like right in front of my face. But that's the nice thing about further review. You know, we could play back the tape. We can see what really happened. I love that. A quiet morning. There's a few of us on. Very few. But it's gonna be popping this evening. This afternoon, this evening. Like, Red's been kinda having a resurgence, I'm gonna say. Like we're commonly seeing multiple dozens of players. Not just a couple dozen, but like a few dozen. At least. Sometimes even more. And that's, I'd say, good. You know, that's good for us. It takes a certain level of EQ dedication to even consider this server. So the fact that it's you know, if there was a chart, you'd see it's on the climb. We're climbing. Beautiful thing. P99 red. Solid. Just like Egghunt, right? Sturdy. What level's the name Dark Elf in this zone? Is that what I should be trying, you think? I never really I shouldn't say I never really do North Row. I haven't done North Row since the early days. I did North Row with like Salem and Lady Goo. You know what I mean? It was like when we were all low level. Alright. Haven't done it since then. That'd be probably 16 years. So I don't know what level this freaking guy is. The dude. Oh, just some egg. Some intercontinental egg of mystery, as Splendid Genesis put it. I love that. Trying to find. Ooh, dark green targets. Got potential there. Dark green target. Hard to read. Dark green. I mean, it's my own UI. I can change it, but 105. Your streak is almost the same as my uploading EQ PvP everyday streak right now. I think today's gonna be 107 days of EQ PvP in a row, back to back to back, consecutively. Thank you for keeping that streak going, the dude. Honestly, me and you are both very you know, dedicated and able to keep a schedule, right? These are good traits. Rising and grinding. Conscript, what's going on? I'm an international egg. Always keep them guessing. Never let them know your next move. Alright, so this is the guy. He's dark blue to me. Dark blue. Dark blue. Dark blue. If you're not into the whole brevity thing. I'm the dude, so that's what you call me. Don't kill the dervs. Why not? I need derv ring. I need derv ring real bad. Oh, so you're saying the other guy's a different faction? I had not considered this. I'm not privy to the new shit. Right, they were indifferent, for sure. You're right. But what about the other guy? Is the other guy the same faction? I thought he was indifferent too. He was threatening. Oh, shit. Let's go. Thank you for notifying me of that. I would love to get that weapon right now. What would I do without you guys? Saving me. I was about to make a huge mistake in the pursuit of trying to get a more clear pull. I mean, if I killed the one derv, was I gonna still be KOS or not KOS? Probably. I don't think one derv would ruin my faction. It would definitely hurt my faction, but I don't think it would ruin it. But what if it did? Right? What if they're the type of faction where killing one is like a huge hit and it's totally ruined? If I only get one chance, let me take that one chance. Am I behind the zone line? What the hell's going on right now? Why'd I have to run so far? That was crazy. Right. That's... Why risk it? Why risk it? We're in a... This is huge, though. This is huge. As far as, Uh-oh. What? Okay, it's conscript. Whew. Good to see. So do the thugs drop rings? Or is it just the, cutthroats? Because I want cutthroat rings. 2 of them. I got these... They're just begging for it. You know, I'm almost full build over here. Maybe not full build, but something. I'm almost not naked. And there's nothing special about this dark elf, right? He's just a freaking guy. I don't think he backstabs, right? I guess I could turn my back to him and find out. See what he does. He's a bit of an undercon. Me too. Me too. Right. So I found out the hard way that those named bandits in Butcher Block, Pegleg and the rest of them, Pegleg was even con, and I thought he'd be tough. I didn't realize that the rest of them would be so tough either. They all backstab. It seems like at least two of them backstabbed. I had two of them on me, and they both backstabbed me. And it hurt. I went from like pretty close to full HP to like really hurting. Like I think I might have went berserk in like that one round. It was just like Plah! I was like strafing and jumping and strafing all the way to the guards. Get me out of here. Now I had to zone. I don't think the guards even helped. Actually, you know what? So I wasn't full HP. Looking back at it, I remember now. I had actually taken a little bit of damage. Trying to do my thing, and I was like, they just hit too hard. They have too much HP. I can't do this. Let me go to the guards. And I'm at the guards, and waiting for the guards to aggro. That's when they backstab me, and I was like, scramble. And it was the dock guards too. I had to go all the way to the zone line. It was a little bit tense. All right, just gotta sit for 3 ticks, 2 ticks. Worth it. Worth it to sit these couple ticks. Alright. A little nervous. One more tick. There it is. There it is. Full HP. Hey. Right? You don't cast, right? Oh shit, they all fucking aggroed! Did I hit the wrong one? No, I tried to hit him. Alright. Well, in that case, I guess I can also kill cutthroats. I mean, I will take whatever split I can get, I guess. I'm not trying to, I have to be able to sleep at night with it. So it depends. Conscript. If it's somebody like clearly trying to set some stuff up for me, I'm not gonna participate. I'll move along. But if it was like some real lucky, funny stuff, where, you know what I mean? Somebody accidentally like caught a train from this right now and got killed, and for some reason the mob split. I would consider that like Brad's blessing, you know? It really depends on the authenticity of it all. You know what I mean? That's the whole struggle quest thing, right? It's the authenticity of it. Alright, we'll see what happens. I would take a split like that just like I would take any zone line split. Getting bind camped by dervs would be a whole new level. Alright. I don't think we're going to get lucky with a split here. They're all pretty tightly packed. Now, could I bow kite him down? I might have enough arrows to just bow kite him down. I gotta try hitting him for a round. You know what I mean? I can't just give up. Got like 300 plus. More than that. More than that. $400. You think they backstab? That would be bad for business. Gonna out-regen me. I could try to kill the other one. Oh, they do backstab. All of them. Or at least the derv. So the stakes are really high. We'll see if he stands and regens there a sec. If it's just one, I might be able to just halberd kite him down. Might be able to... It's a little risky. I don't think I'm ready for the dervs. And honestly, that's I'm a little sad about that because that's kind of what I came to this continent to do first. That was like my plan. Hit the dervs, hopefully hit the dark elf, and then make moves. But it's a little reality check for me. Not quite there yet. Did they split? I don't really have the HP to mess around either. I could potentially shake him loose from the camp. That would be... If he's got 400 HP, and I got over 400, we go hit for hit and I don't get backstabbed, you know? Maybe I get a good critical hit on him. What kind of hit was he hitting for? Let's look. I didn't take too many rounds at all. I really was... He's only punching, so there's that. Double attacking for 24s maybe. Could be more. I got backstabbed attempted only by one of them. Is it because he wasted on a kick before that, and the other one wasted on a bash before they would have backstabbed? I don't know. Maybe they would have all backstabbed me. But I don't know. I feel like I could maybe fight one at a time. I guess that means I could potentially try to pull that one derv, farm the one derv pop, the single, and get a ring. Who knows? Who knows how much stronger that ring makes me? I can only find out. Is there a vendor in here? I'm sure the inn's got one. Alternatively, spiders, dark greens, just slow and steady. Honestly, probably my best course of action. Let's face it. These high-risk maneuvers are fun and cool, but they're exactly that. They're high risk. Let's do something a little, you know, let's see what this is like. It's a whole new world. We're in Antarctica. Took a boat for this. I think these can poison you. I did actually use taunt successfully. Remember, I was like, I don't know why I'm leveling taunt. There's no reason I would ever taunt solo hardcore self-found. But I used it. I don't know if this would be politically or what, but I used it to try to gain favor, I guess. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I was in Crushbone and some halfling zoned in, right? And we looked at each other, and neither one of us I said I was on TikTok at the time, I believe, and said, I'm gonna see how this, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna see what they do. And they didn't attack me, so I didn't attack them. And they went in, and anyway, they were training out. They had one orc on them. They were running, and they warned me. They said train to zone. It was only one orc. If it was more than one orc, I would have zoned too. But I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna taunt it off of them to show that, you know, I mean no harm. It's just as an egg, as a fragile egg. I'm playing in a way I've never played before. You know, I'm playing like a real polite, upstanding member of you know, Norath. I think it's kind of fun to play different. I never played hardcore before the egg hunts, and now I'm playing nice. But anyway, I just think it's fun to try to communicate non-verbally, I guess. I'm yapping out loud to you guys, but I'm like, in game, I'm hardly ever saying anything. There's nothing I really want to say. You know? I feel like here, watch me tumble. That says it all. That's all you need to know. I like that the spiders don't move fast. That's nice. Too far away from my bash. I'm trying to level up bash. It's been really hard for me to do because it's not usually how I'm killing stuff. I want to see how these spiders go. I'm hoping it finishes the bubble. I feel like that's pretty optimistic. Would be nice. Dark blue. Hey, it finished the bubble. Honestly, this on a risk reward scale there, that's pretty good. Spiders are pretty good right now. Maybe at level 16, the Derv camp will be easier. I mean, this is great potential though, right? It was mentioned as probably the first magic weapon I might be able to get my hands on. I would still have to take a boat to do it. I think we got potential there. Um, Another low level magic would be like Lang's axe, right? I feel like that quest is low level. It's all the way up in Hallis, right? A poison proc would be rough. Yeah, I don't know if I saw any resisted poisons, but I did make it through that last couple fights without any poison hitting me. Maybe it means they don't poison, maybe it means I got extremely lucky. That is a potential danger. You're right. You're right about that. And poison really kind of counters my strategy, right? My strategy relies on stretching the fight out, taking longer, spending more ticks before I get to sit and rest again, right? That's what poison wants you. That's what any damage over time wants you to do. They want like I'm kiting myself at that point. Who's kiting who? You know, if they're the ones poisoning, who's kiting who? So you're right. You're not wrong. And crocodiles and alligators, they don't poison. Orcs don't poison. Maybe an orc shaman. They'll poison you, but yeah, about 7 plat on me. Scarabs, yeah, oh yeah, the same ones that were dropping in Butcher Block. That was like my bread and butter once I got high enough to reliably kill them. Even after I got my BP and hat and boots all set up. I guess you don't need to kill them for the hat, but you know what I'm saying. Once I got the BP and the boots, I was still killing giant scarabs, just fingers crossed, you know, for the carapace. Because it's like, yeah, crack staff money, really. Just like the crack staff, it doesn't stack, but you know, you can still fill your bags up with them. Right. Once I get a magic weapon, that's what I was talking about. This Dorn guy, this dark elf, potentially my first magic weapon. It's kind of hard to find magic weapons at a low level. Through the grind, you know, I'm not really too aware of a lot of options for me. I still have the crush bone belts and crush bone shoulder pads. I think I might just get rid of them. You know, I don't know. By the time I go back, I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe I'll get rid of the belts. They're just gonna take up room. I guess I could vent them. I talked myself into and out of so much stuff over the course of the stream. Is that fun for you? Do you like that? Well, I'm gonna keep doing it either way, I guess. I'm just yappy, you know? For a long time, I streamed this game with no mic and cam, right? It, I shouldn't say a long time, but for a while. And people would say, "Oh, you should put on the mic and cam. You should put on the mic and cam." And I said, "Be careful what you wish for, because one of these days I might." And then you're gonna be like, "Damn, I miss when Chewy like shut the fuck up and just played EverQuest." I know that Crushbone stuff really is from the old country. I came here with nothing but the clothes on my back and a couple Crushbone belts, really, and a bunch of arrows. It's seen some things, yeah, for sure. Um, Egghunt, he should know better than ninth. Had a really, really close call escape. Um, I'm trying to remember this. Oh, I remember the specifics now. Okay, so you know how the chessboard, I kind of convinced myself that I put it into an unpullable state because I kept pulling. There was only two pawns that were single pulls, and I was just pulling those two. I'd alternate, and then one of those respawned as a bishop. And obviously, I was not going to pull the bishop. The stakes are too high for a self-found hardcore warrior like me to handle the necro and its pet. Um, so I'm down to one pop. I'm pulling that pawn, and then it repopped as a rook. And I said, oh, I can't fight the rook either, because I'm pretty sure those cast. Anyway, I looked it up on the wiki eventually, after like days of ignoring chessboard. I was like, do rooks cast? What are oh, they're a monk. I can handle a monk. And I pulled the rook, and I think I handled it. I might have bailed on it early and then tried again. I forget exactly. Maybe I killed it first try, whatever it was. I killed the rook, dark blue rook. That was great XP, and I said, "Oh hell yeah, it's on." I'm killing rooks now because there was another single pull that I'd been ignoring. That was a rook, and this other rook must have been higher level because I had tried to fight this thing, and I zoned with 4 HP. It was at like 1% also. It was one of those ones where I was like sticking around, even though like the fight wasn't going too well. I was sticking around because I was convinced I could win it, and I bailed. Maybe if I stayed for that last swing, I would have got the swing first and killed it. Maybe I would have missed and it would have killed me. You know what? It was that close, but I zoned with 4 HP. Um, and that was scary. So anyway, I did kill a rook, and then I ended up meting up and then killing that rook the second try. I think that's the one that I remembered taking multiple tries, but I just kited it with the bow for longer. Got a little more warmed up before I went in for the finishers. But I think with the rook, I might have switched to the sword and board the first time. Once I got it low, I was like, oh, I'll finish it off with get some skill ups with the bash and the one hand slash. Bad idea. I should not have gone toe to toe with a monk, even though it was at low HP. It had me on the ropes, and I was lucky I was fighting it near the zone line, so I was able to limp over. I almost ended this run on PVE shit. You know what I mean? On a non-caster that I pulled. That would have been, that's not what it's supposed to happen. That's not how not like that. Not like that. But anyway, I lived. I'm just reminiscing about the closest call Egghunt the Ninth has had. Because, you know, we can't take these moments for granted. It's the journey of the Egghunt adventure that we really got to celebrate and appreciate. Ah, my HP is so slow to move, you know? Trying to move and med. Alright, where's the stuff to kill? Just a moment ago, there was spiders and scarabs and all that stuff. As far as the eye could see. Now, this desert is deserted. Can't be yoking her. Right, I gotta be, you know? I gotta treat it like Easter. We gotta get all painted up. We gotta get all, Ooh, quite risky. That's a new message, right? I don't know if... Is that what Dark Blue always says? Do I even know what I'm doing? I feel like Dark Blue Scarabs. That's like, that's what I came here for, really. I thought I came here for Derv Rings, but really what I came here for is Dark Blue Scarab. Ooh, another scarab. And they will social, I'm sure of that. Bugs stick together. Right? Get your war paint on. I'm gonna avoid that spider too. Even though I know a beetle, I know a spider's not a bug. It's an arachnid. But I don't know if the game developers made that distinction. I feel like they will social anyway. Maybe the other way around. Maybe it's the beetle that'll social with the spider, and not the spider that'll social with the beetle. But I feel like you pull a beetle near some bugs, you're gonna get all sorts. You don't think they social? Well, I'm just gonna avoid it anyway, just in case they social with their own kind. All right. He's just turned blue. Okay. Gotcha. Getting sit ticks in. The stuff you can do with beetles. You know? They're a little tolerant of bullshit. They're so slow. And I threw it all away by taking 10 damage. Yeah. That's the thing about trying to sweat with the sits. It's like, is it worth it? Is it ever worth it? If you I think it's worth it for casters because they get the mana. As a warrior, it's like, probably just better off staying on your feet for the duration of the fight. Unless you're really only focused on sitting. You can run a straight line. You're not trying to sneak in arrows. You're not trying to do anything else. You can maybe sneak your sit. Your sits. Nice XP. For not a huge investment of HP. Very cool. Let's get that little bit of HP back and just keep it going. Keep pulling. I was like halfway. We finished the bubble. We're pushing through the bubble. Like, took me a while to get here. International Egg of Mystery. Rolling along Antonica style. I'm loving it. Oh yeah, another blue scarab. Let's go. I got some ideas for today's clip of the day. I got so much footage. It's crazy. I got PvP clips as early as 2023. I have screenshots from the early days of the server. I've shown a lot of them on like Facebook. Whenever I uncover previously lost media, I'm usually excited to show it. So I feel like the clip, it's never gonna be like just a bunch of screenshots because I've already shown. Unless I were to uncover a bunch of lost media, then I would definitely classic red99. That really means classic, you know, 2010, 2011. You know, I got a rich history on this server. I really do. The lore goes deep. I did take the better part of a decade off. I didn't play any EverQuest. B Rabbit, what's going on? How you doing? Good morning to you too. We're just getting started over here. My mug's empty, or I'd raise a coffee mug to you on this fine Thursday morning rise and grind stream. It's a tradition. On Mondays, I'd say I love Mondays between the hours of 6 and 8 a.m. But on Thursdays, same time slot, I say it's a tradition. I don't know why I'm trying to sneak a sit in when it's like so close to death. I just kill it, and then I don't have to sneak. I can just sit. I can just regular sit. Decided to go toe-to-toe with it for a little bit. Took more damage in the last couple of rounds than I did the whole fight, I think. That's how it goes. That's what you get. That's nice money. Alright, I guess I can sell stuff while I'm sitting. That's how to be productive. How to do something while you're doing nothing. I gotta figure out where to hand in bone chips. I gotta see what my options are. I know Grob got a bone chip quest. I know Kaladin got a bone chip quest. I'm pretty sure I know Field of Bone got a bone chip quest, but I'm not going to Field of Bone. I'm not going to Grob. Because of the implication. Spoolie G was... He's got the large sewing kits. That's cool. Just like in case I go back, I'm keeping the shoulder. For now. What's it weigh? If it weighs more than 2 pounds. 1.9 pounds. You're staying. You make the cut for now. I got my eye on you, though. That's funny. I set the limit right there. Alright. I would definitely buy some bandages. How about that? Cut the weight down. We're at 6 flat. I said I was gonna sit, do something while I was doing nothing. I did not sit. I shopped. I shopped till I dropped. I got one more thing. We sit while I sell this one more thing. How about that? Sorceress Bowl. Damn. That's pretty cool. Oh, is that minus charisma though? Okay. I see why. I see why it's under that. Small studded mask. Now that's interesting. This is the kind of thing I feel like I could sleep at night buying, because it's like, you know, traditional. It's like not outrageous to like struggle and still manage to acquire a studded mask. But whatever. I'm not buying it because you know, it might be a little too good. I don't want anybody to argue with my struggle. Let's keep the struggle very transparently authentic and maximum struggle, right? Buying a studded mask, gain 1 armor class, you know, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. Maybe if I forged those studs and stitched that mask myself, you know. Right, I could buy natural. Oh, otherwise I'd be out of food and drink by now. You know, I guess you could potentially kill enough goblin whelps. Right, halberd. Yeah, no, I needed this. I needed this halberd. That stuff's fine. I can sleep at night buying that. That's why plat exists for me, so I can buy hummuses, food, arrows, stuff like that. Bandages. Nice critical hit on it before. I didn't even respond into a tell. I didn't even notice. 56. Warrior gets so much more fun once you can critical hit. It's like, even though, you know, they're not reliable, they're not, like, you definitely should not count on them. They're just fun. They're fun to see. They make the game, like, that much more exciting. You know? Even a little 15-point kick. It's like, that would have been like a 6-point kick. Now we're talking. Doing some real damage. Ooh, 76-point round. Beautiful. This is it. This is the spot. Beetles and spiders. And then once I'm 16, get the skills up, probably fighting more of the same, and then I might really feel confident enough to try to get those rings. And I might even be able to do it this morning. I'm not even gonna lie. It might happen. I would love to loot my first Derv ring this morning. I don't know. The dinging and then skilling up, that I think that I might run out of time before all that, but hey, you know, I keep the egg adventure rolling. I'm really trying to do daily. I can't promise it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a busy guy. I got stuff. I got stuff I gotta take care of. But I try to squeeze in a little EverQuest here and there. You know, and if all my if my clip's done for the day, I might be free to roll around on the egg. You know, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna pop a link in the chat. Social media. I'm at Chewy What a Wookie, right? I use that almost exclusively for EverQuest posting, right? If you're into EverQuest and you use any of those 3, right? and you watch Rise and Ground. What's going on? K Smites. K Smitzes, what's going on? How you doing? K Mitzes. I want to pronounce it as correctly as I can. It's good to see you. Rise and Ground to you too. Oh, we're just getting started over here. International Egg of Mystery finally crossed over to Antonica, and I'm loving it. Loving it over here. Killing spiders, killing beetles. I was told it was the land of plenty. I was told the streets are paved in gold. And so far, everything I was led to believe is true. It's wonderful over here. I'm doing just fine. I couldn't single pull Dorn, right? The named Dark Elf. I tried it. I really did. Too spooky right now. I gotta level up a little more, so that's why we're hitting the bugs, the creepy crawlers. And honestly, so far so good. We're up about a bubble. And when you say you're up about a bubble, wow, Chewy, you've been live for going on 2 hours. What's going on? Like, listen, that's actually pretty good. Check the timer. Check the egg timer. That's Egghunt the 9th, right? That's not Egghunt Senior plus Junior plus the 3rd. This is Egghunt the 9th. Okay, so just to put things in perspective, people talk about the red XP bonus. I think by soloing, I'm largely uh, avoiding bonuses right now, right? I think I got my little tiny bonus, but that's about it. Or maybe not tiny. I got my little bonus. A week worth of it's it ain't much, but it's honest work, conscript, you know? There's a lot of downtime involved in the egg hunt journey. It's just the nature of the beast. I'm playing a warrior. The stakes are high when you're hardcore. And there's a reason that instead of always saying hardcore solo self-found, I say struggle quest. It's a little easier than that mouthful, right? The struggle quest involves quite a bit of you know, care and attention. And that leads to taking more time. I'm sure I could beat my high score. I think I could hit level 15 in a lot less than however many hours it took me, 32 hours or whatever. I'm sure I could if I had gear or whatever, even if I was just anonymous, I bet it would have shaved some time off. Because not everybody's stream sniping that attacks me. I think some people see the level 15 warrior in North Row or Crushbone or whatever it was, you know what I mean? And say, I can get there. I got something for him. They don't need to stream snipe. Some of them are stream sniping, sure. But, you know what I mean? I feel like there's ways that the time could be shaved down in the struggle quest journey. But the important thing is, getting that benchmark. Egg Hunt the 9th is like the benchmark egg. He's got the egg timer. Egg Hunt the 8th never had no egg timer. I had to go, forensically analyze, look at the footage. I got a whole spreadsheet. I got all the data on all the eggs. We could go over that sometime. That'd be fun, Content idea. A little egg recap. Get everybody caught up. The history of the entire Egg Hunt lineage from Easter 2025 through current, right? Egg Hunt Senior is from last year. I mean, I didn't play him much in between Easter and Easter of this year. But he really, at least knowing that, gives a little context to the name, right? Besides egg rolling and tumbling like an egg and being fragile like an egg. It works on many levels, I think, honestly. Anyways, can we kill some more bugs? Or at least spiders? Here we go. Couple. Reasonably safe. Yuck. Not what I want to see. I'm like firing arrows, but they're getting lost in the valley or something. That should work. Alright, this one might actually poison. This is a dune tarantula. These are different, right? I was fighting desert tarantula, I think. Kind of dangerous. That's different, right? Is that a different message? I already forgot what the other one said. I need to print up all that stuff. The faction and the difficulty. Because it's just one of those things that off the top of my head I can make educated guesses because I've been playing this game for so freaking long. I should know. Conscript, that's what I want to do though. I want to, you know, I'm trying to get fully immersed. I feel like printed binder of like crumpled up maps with all notes of locations and stuff in the margins. And you know, stuff like that. That's authentic. That's immersive. We're traveling. It's a time machine back to the early 2000s. Really. This is a tough spider. But I'd rather fight this than Dorn right now, I feel like. Alright, shoot and run, shoot and run. It might be time for me to start fletching, honestly. The perfect time to start fletching would have been like level ago, but it's not the cheapest hobby in the world. You gotta buy the fletching kit first of all. Isn't that like 4 plat or something? That's a lot for a little egg like me, especially when I had other stuff to buy. Like I wanted this pumice, I wanted this halberd. I needed that halberd. That wasn't a want, that was a need. There we go. There's a good round. Worth diving back in for a second swing. Or, I came in too soon after shooting. So I had to dive back in. So I did open myself up to a second round. Could have been potentially bad, but it missed. And I hit. Double attack, so. Double max. So basically, play sloppy, be rewarded. Whoop. Guard Benadryl? What's his name? Was that his name? Alright. I'm mega bonked out. Oh shit. Fighters everywhere. I don't want the guard to steal my thunder. Not now. Not after I put so many arrows into this thing. Ugh. I wasted that round. It was able to hit me, but I wasn't able to hit that. I know, Flowers running shit. So, for months straight, I kept saying they're gonna rename this server FOH99 because, constantly you would check the who all, and it would just be all flowers. You know what I mean? So you know, red99's on the upswing when there's actual other guilds logging in for a change. Holy shit. Flowers private PvP server of happiness. Alright, that was really good XP. That was a tough spider, but I would say worth it. I would definitely have to say it was worth it. And I went through over 2 stacks of arrows. Or, yeah, it would appear. Is it? Sure. Oh, flowers will PvP each other like more viciously than anyone else. You should see it. I'm kidding. Like, that was a joke. Too soon. It's a good question, Conscript. It's a good question. And that's why sometimes I'm happy for things to get mixed up. You never know. Can't have PvP without P's to V, I always say. Just looked at the forecast. It's supposed to be almost 90 degrees today. Whew. Oh boy. I better pack extra water. I had a jug of water with me yesterday. It was hot and sunny. Um and I drank the I finished it up and I still had more more time before I was going to be able to get home and drink more water. So it was like the clock's ticking. Once you run out of water, like you got a clock go. It's like The Sims. That bar starts going out. And I think I was probably close to yellow. Not, I don't think I was like red. It wasn't like that, but it was definitely on my mind. Hydration, it's essential. You gotta stay hydrated. That was my own fault for just not bringing enough water. I brought like half a gallon thinking that'd be good. But no. No, no, not when it's hot and sunny. Today I gotta bring like full gallon. For sure. Probably drink the whole thing. I should bring some like electrolytes too. For real. Anyways, we're just getting started over here. It's rise and grind Thursday morning. It's a tradition. We're just getting started 6 a.m. Now it's 8 a.m. It's when I normally end the stream, but I'm gonna push it a couple minutes extra, a couple little bonus minutes today. We kill an extra spider or can't quit now when the XP is just good. I took a whole boat to get. I took a ship to get here. Across the ocean. Oh. Across the ocean to get stung by that spider right there. Oh, they do poison. It's a weak poison. 98. 3. So it's like a 6 point, right? Because I regen 1. 6 point per tick. We're on like 3 ticks right now. Probably about 4 ticks right now. I mean, this is probably going to add up to like 40 plus damage, it seems. Poison stinks. I mean, technically, it's venomous, right? If it was poisonous, I mean, maybe it's poisonous too. That's when you eat it and you get sick, right? Venomous is when it bites you and you're inflicted. I do, but to be a little, you know. But this is the same game that couldn't get effect straight, right? I know I always bring this up and nobody ever backs me up on this. And maybe I'm the only one who remembers this. Maybe I'm blaming EverQuest for something that, you know, was just my own fault. But I swear, for the longest time, your buffs were called your affects with an A. And it would say, you know, if you got a message about something no longer being affected, it was with an E. And then they patched it one day to switch them. They were like, oh, we screwed up. It's the other way around. But it was too late. I had already learned the wrong way, and I got it wrong like all the time in school, you know. Thanks, EverQuest. At least it taught me how to type, though. But anyway, nobody seems to remember that patch. Maybe I could find the patch notes in like the Wayback Machine or something. I don't know if that would be. It would be nice to be proven right on that, if so. Because I remember, and I brought it up thinking like somebody else would chime in and be like, "Yeah, I remember that too," and it's never happened. Just like the zone line ghost thing. I can never really some people see it, but it's usually after I tell them about it. It's never really like, yeah, I've seen that. It's such a weird thing on red only, right? At least that's what I think, because nobody's ever backed me up from green or blue on it. Somebody zones in, you see them for a split second. Like, even if you're across the zone. Like, if they have a light source, it's like somebody flicked the lights on in your room real quick. It's weird. It's weird. And if you're quick, you can target them. And then you can bind sight them. You can call a hero them. You know what I mean? There's certain things you can do. It's like, who added this to red? How did they get away with it? And how is it still in and nobody wants to talk about it? You know what I mean? I don't get it. Is this guy really Benadryl? Brendel, okay. I know, I sure care about using the right spelling of a word for somebody who, generally speaking, can't spell. You know, I'm really not a great speller at all. In fact, you could say I'm a bad speller. Get some HP. I'll be right back. Alright, which way that beetle go? Which way there? Is that him? That beetle? You the guy? Honestly, this is great XP. I want to do this tonight. If you want to catch me, I'll be on TikTok. Live. I might even put the mic and camera on, but probably not. Probably not. I'm usually like, you know, it's been a long day by the time I get on for an evening stroll and roll with the egg. But, you know, I'll keep the in-game action high. And also I'm on YouTube. If I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. So if you don't like the vertical video, you want to see the whole widescreen like this, you know, just go to the YouTube. I can link that. Kind of. I gotta update this link because it's not the most recent clip, but it's a good clip. You know, maybe you'll enjoy it. But that's my YouTube channel, is my point. All the old streams get re-uploaded there. There's a little bit of a delay right now. They're still coming. They're still coming. I got behind, and you know me, I like to keep things in order. So it just halted the whole freaking train of videos for a minute there. But we're almost back on track. You know, the gap between Twitch and YouTube re-upload is getting smaller and smaller. We'll be back to the 2-week lead time that I was trying to have. I cut out all the downtime. That's why I'm trying to, like, when I have HP to get, that's when I'm trying to AFK. Rather than yapping through the AFKs, because it creates moments of video where, you know, I'm yapping. Maybe it's a good story, but it's like there's no action in the game. You know, and that's EverQuest, you know, it's two sides of the same coin. You can't have the uptime that we all love and cherish without the downtime. You know, it's a necessary evil. So, that being said, I'm trying to coordinate downtime, right? Downtime with shutting up time so that it creates a, you know, all killer, no filler type YouTube re-upload. I'm trying to think ahead. Anyways, what's important is we all have fun and have great days today, right? If you rise and grind, if you get up early, you could face the day a champion. That's what I always think, you know? I used to always sleep in, kind of like a last minute get ready type thing for years and years and years. And you know what? I'd frequently be late for stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like not the most punctual person. And it's just because, like, it's not because I meant to. It was just because I didn't have that champion mindset. I wasn't up early, you know? Right? That person is always online, you're right. They're a level 1 troll in Grob. I've seen them. They don't move. They're standing right by the little stream there when you first zone in. Uh-oh. I see another beetle. They're coming right for me. That's all. Yeah, I don't know what they're up to. I think they're like probably logging stuff. They're probably like reading OOC and yellow text. And maybe even like scripting some sort of log. You know, who knows? Who knows? I really don't know what other people do with their free time on the server. I think it's sketchy. You know? I think it's a little sketchy. Like, who's so invested in the server to want a level 1 always online, but not log it out to play their other tune? You know what I'm saying? Like, read between the lines on that. It sounds like boxing to me. Or alternatively, it's somebody who is not invested in the server, right? You gotta think, like, you gotta find that theoretical person, make it make sense that you care so much about red to log 24/7, but not care enough about red to actually play it, right? At least not in the past 2 months or whatever that they've been on straight, right? It's just like, find that person, question it, you know? Think to yourself, does this make sense? I feel like somebody who feels like boxing is okay if they do it, you know, because they have X, Y, and Z reason why they're doing it, you know, a pretty unhealthy mentality. What, mine? Of trying to get inside these people's heads, or their own? Let them live their life. Ooh, fecal finger painting, yeah. They just finished handing in their starter quest. They got their tunic, they equipped their weapon. They were looking for the Priest of Discord when tragedy struck. You know, that's grim. I had not considered this. Just goes to show you how long we've been going without a Quake on red. Because they've been on for, I think, months. Like, we could go back in time, you know? A giant scare about it. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I like to come up with wild conspiracy theories about this game and things surrounding it, and then I present them, you know, uninvited, unasked for, unthought out, unfiltered, right? I just like, what if, what, right? It just flows right out. We need to Quake real bad. It's crazy, like, the fact that they're quaking blue and green and not us, it just shows you how much I care lately. What can you see from Grob? You can see the whole out of character and yellow text. I think it's probably a yellow text logger, right? If somebody, so back in the day, Nihilum hosted leaderboards, right? And just like now, I would say probably fueled by an account that is being run by somebody who probably runs another account at the very least, and thinks that their boxing is noble. You know what I mean? Whatever, whatever. I should probably, like Conscript said, I should just let them live their life. You're right. You're right. It doesn't affect me greatly, but at the same time, like, it kind of does. Like, I don't like the idea of people cheating on the server. You know what I mean? And that boxing would be cheating, straight up. Like, even if you think you got a noble reason for doing it, or you're only doing it to spy on this one zone, then you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Where do you draw the line? Where can I put my level 1 spy that stays on and keeps an eye on what? You know what I mean? It's just like, huh? Why are the rules different? It's just really weird. But he could be a good. Exactly. He's got a noble reason for boxing. It's okay if it's a noble reason. I don't know. Make a level 1 troll right now and invest. Exactly. So who knows? It really could be somebody who cares about the server but does not play, right? That could exist. It could. That person could exist. Just for some reason, knowing what some people on this server consider acceptable, I don't know. That feels like more of a stretch. I don't know. You gotta look for the most likely scenario. But it's just one of those wild conspiracies that I just start yapping about. Blah, blah, blah. Does it affect me? I mean, kinda. It's in my city. Like, move your fucking level 1 spy to, like, somewhere else. How about that? Or level it up to 2 so we could kill it. You know, just get that shit out of Grob. I'm tired of it. Real tired of it. We need a Quake. We need a Quake to shake that off the top of the list. Sick of seeing this name. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I put in a little overtime this morning. I told you I would. I told you I'd push it. We always go 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. like clockwork. I'm here. You can set your watch to it. You can set your alarm clock to it. I rise and grind every Monday morning. I love Mondays. Every Thursday morning, it's a tradition. So I'll, hey, if you're into that sort of thing, I'll see you tonight. But consider this your personal invitation to join the Discord. Come on down. Giving out champion status to everyone who joins right now. I'll get you access to all the channels. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Who's this person? Who is this person? That was a good, real good XP grind. Definitely picked up the pace from what we were able to squeeze out in Crushbone. And I don't think it's the orcs' fault, honestly. It's the everything surrounding the orcs. It's the context of Crushbone, right? There was a lot of bloodthirsty gnomes. There were some other visitors from various, affiliations. They all wanted to hurt the egg. I don't know what to tell you. But we're going to go lead a raid right now. So join me in that, and I'll see you Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2026, number 23 right here. Twitch exclusive. It's a special one. I mean, it's literally not like a special, but it's the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2026. So they're all special in their own way. I'll see you then, all right? See ya.
Hit the dodgy dance.
Not today.
Yo, what up, Chewy?
Not today.
Hey, thanks for the raid, man. Let me give you a shout out. What were you up to, dude?